Now, why do I think Yu Yu Hakusho deserves a remaster? And I'm not talking about the Netflix one that they're gonna butcher, like the live action version that they're currently making. I'm talking about the good old fashioned animation one. It deserves a new anime because, in my opinion, more people need to know about this absolute masterpiece, and a new anime would bring welcome fresh eyes to the series. And maybe we can get a new printing of the manga finally. I can't find it anywhere. Anyways, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the best animes ever created. It's a legendary shonen icon with many fantastic elements that make it amazing, inspiring so many series along the way. And yes, I do think Yu Yu Hakusho should get a remaster, but also, you shouldn't just brush away the style of the first anime for it to succeed, in my opinion. It has to keep the same vibe and feel of the original anime, but also just give it a new lick of paint, if you know what I mean. I think this is the best way to do it because Yu Yu Hakusho is such a product of its time in the early 90s. I think it's adapted the manga pretty perfectly. The biggest difference was that it added a few more fights to the final season, and it did a great job of fixing the rushed, unfinished, unconcluded feeling to the manga. The 90s series will always hold a place in my heart, just for nostalgia reasons, and also how fresh every character was. Oh my god, every character's drip, fashion sense was amazing. When an anime is remade like Full Metal Alchemist to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's because the first anime deviates from either the story or the stylistic artistic nature of the source material. I don't think Yu Yu Hakusho anime did that. But that doesn't mean it shouldn't get an update to the graphics for newer, younger eyes. The manga has always portrayed the world in such a gritty, gory horror style, so in order for it to work, you might have to keep the aesthetic from the first anime, but somehow also make it look fresh at the same time. It's a tough ask in my opinion, but it's worth the challenge. It's worth it because a good example is 2011's Hunter x Hunter remake. They did it perfectly. This is a great example because the art style translated over perfectly from the 90s. Although I will say the 90s version looked more fashionable in terms of character design, Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho has the same fashion sense to the characters because they're written and drawn by the same person, Yoshihiro Tagashi. Retelling the same story now that the manga is finished with a fresh coat of paint, as I said earlier, would be a very welcome sight. And if possible, bring back some of the original voice actors. It wouldn't hurt. It's been plenty long enough. A new generation would respond well to the action focused series. And yes, it is a bit dated, but that's not hard to fix. A few lines of dialogue here and there could deserve a change, but that's about it. I'm also afraid of it getting ruined. It had a good animation, especially for the era. The great voice acting, for the dub anyway. It was good. I've never even tried the sub. And it has a fulfilling, conclusive ending. Despite it being over a few decades old now, it still holds up. In conclusion, I just want a remake that's fun, looks good, updated graphics. That's it. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. Well, anyways, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. If not, that's okay. And peace.